swear this getup will make sense eventually. Just please subscribe and find out. Anyways, today is a new day. I've packed a lot more than last time, and now that Unicron is gone, can Super Megatron come out to play? 今日はタカラトミのトランスフォーマージェネレーションセレクツのスーパーメガトロンの話したいと思います。I talked about his rival Star Convoy, and now I gotta talk about Super Megatron. まず、スーパーメガトロンは誰だ? So Super Megatron, in a nutshell, is the rival to Star Convoy. Like Star Convoy, we gotta go all the way back to the Japanese G1 continuity. In the Headmasters anime, Galvatron was the leader of the Decepticons up to the point where he dies. In one episode, the Headmasters all get together to form a friendship circle that literally shoots a laser and buries Galvatron in an iceberg. That's actually how Galvatron dies, by the way. I'm not joking. It's as pathetic and goofy as it sounds. So Galvatron was dead up until the events of the Battlestars manga, in which this dark entity that sided with the Decepticons known as Dark Nova, after finding out that the Autobots have revived Optimus Prime as Star Convoy, decided to revive Star Convoy's old rival, Galvatron, and rebuild him into Super Megatron. So Megatron went from Megatron to Galvatron back to Megatron again, but this time Super Megatron. So that's the story of Super Megatron, and Takara Tomy decided, hey, we're gonna make the first ever official Super Megatron toy by retooling one of the worst toys in existence, Titans Return Galvatron. And this thing is a piece of shit. Super Megatron is indeed a heavy retool of the Titans Return Galvatron, and this toy sucks. So with this being a retool of that toy, is Super Megatron any better? Well, let's find out. And what better way to start off with than his robot mode? So this is Super Megatron in his robot mode, and let's just get this out of the way. This is a straight up upgrade from Titans Return Galvatron. This guy looks so much better. I didn't think it was possible to make that mode look cool, but Takara Tomy managed to do that perfectly. This is a damn sexy Megatron. He's got that classic gray color scheme, but a thing that really stands out on this figure particularly is the red highlights. There's a lot more than normal G1 Megatron, and not only that, it's painted in this reflective paint, so it looks really good. So especially when you look at him in a light, that sheen that you see off of that red part, it's so good. Not only that too, he's just got some crazy new detail that differentiates himself from Galvatron. Case in point, his chest, his brand new fusion cannon, which by the way is side mounted on his arm instead of mounted on top of his arm. That's a big mistake that Titans Return Galvatron did, in case you didn't know. And of course, if you want to make it over the arm, you just twist his wrist and boom, there you go. He's also got these wing spires, and his back just looks a lot better too. This is a really clean back. It just looks great, man. This is fantastic. Takara took on the task of taking a not too good figure and turning it into something that actually is honestly really freaking cool. When you see him next to the actual artwork of Super Megatron though, it kind of makes me wish for more. Like again, he does look like Super Megatron, definitely looks more like Super Megatron than Galvatron, but there's a lot of Galvatron-esque details here that still kind of hold him back, and I think the biggest thing in my opinion are the legs. Super Megatron has really defined and sexy legs. For this, they didn't really bother to change his legs. They kept the Galvatron legs, and honestly, the legs were kind of one of the biggest like weird looking parts on that figure, and I don't think it really looks that good on Super Megatron, to be honest. The thighs are like kind of skinny, especially compared to how big these boots are, and it's not that like sharp leg that Super Megatron has. And not only that too, the proportions on this guy is kind of weird because the proportions on Titans Return Galvatron was already weird to begin with, and as cool as some of the differences look on this guy, they didn't really do anything to change the proportions. So he does look cool, but he also does look simultaneously goofy. And yeah, again, just comparing him side by side with the official artwork of Super Megatron, it really makes me wish that they retooled this a bit more to make him look even more like Super Megatron. Speaking of Super Megatron, I have a figure I would like to talk about real quick. Now, a lot of people know this, but did you know that Super Megatron was the heavy inspiration for animated Megatron's design? Like, if you look at them side by side, you can clearly see where the artists took the inspiration for and put him into animated Megatron. If you didn't know that about animated Megatron, then now you do. So just how Star Convoy influenced animated Optimus Prime, Super Megatron influenced animated Megatron. How cool is that? Anyways, back to Super Megatron. So the robot's cool, but there's more to it. We can transform him into Ultra Megatron. Ultra Megatron! That's right, Super Megatron has an upgrade within himself. On his back, you take out his wings and expand them so he could fly. You open up his fusion cannon to reveal this triple-barreled cannon and mount it on his shoulders, G1-esque style. No, wait, that was on his back. This is on his shoulder. whatever. His chest gets beefed up, and he gets a new headband. What the fuck? Anyways, this is basically just Megatron, just sort of like fit the fuck out with wings and new weapons. But there is one thing I do want to say. In the instructions, it tells you to switch his headband. So if you can see right here, he does have a different headband. And that's cool, I guess. But don't you kind of wish his face changed? I forgot to talk about his face sculpt. His face sculpt, beautiful. G1-esque Megatron. You know, he's got the great red eyes. He's got a chin this time. That helmet looks beautiful, by the way. And he's still got those angry eyebrows too that, you know, you just gotta love on classic Megatron. This head sculpt, this face sculpt is beautiful. But what if I told you there was a second face sculpt? I don't know why the instructions don't say to have this on for Ultra Megatron mode, but this is my Ultra Megatron. Ooh, look at that. Now this face is so fucking cool. Oh my god, like so cool. So goddamn cool. This is like such a menacing looking battle mask, and this looks fan-fucking-tastic. So I think with that, this completes the Ultra Megatron look. And not only that too, this battle mask is widely believed to be a reference to Transformers The Last Knight's Megatron's battle mask. What? G1 referencing something from the Michael Bay movies? What the fuck? Anyways, Ultra Megatron. It's not like a huge difference. The chest flip isn't that much, but I do prefer this beefier chest. But, you know, the new weapons looks great. I do think the fusion cannon kind of looks a bit goofy. Like, it's just like these, like, 3 barrels that you shoot from now, I guess. I don't know. You still can bring it back to the regular fusion cannon if you want. And honestly, I think this looks a lot better. But still, you know, this is Ultra Megatron. You got the wings, you got the shoulder-mounted cannons, you got the fierce battle mask, you got the bigger boobies, and then you got a modified fusion cannon. This mode is great. Super Megatron just could have been, you know, Super Megatron, but the fact that they included Ultra Megatron is such a huge plus. Makes this figure more enjoyable and more playable. And not only that too, it's cool that he has an upgrade within himself. I guess there's kind of parts forming with that hidden cannon inside the fusion cannon, but everything's contained inside of him. There's no additional, like, I don't know, trailer to, you know, attach to him and make him into a super mode. It's inside him, and I think that's brilliant. So that's it, actually. That's all there is to say about Super Megatron / Ultra Megatron. I do want to go over his articulation real quick. It's basic. His head is on a ball joint, and you can wiggle it around a lot. Shoulders can rotate. You can also move back these shoulder spikes to make his arm reach out even further. Bicep swivel, double bented elbow, no wrist swivel. Also, arm can move out this much. He's got a waist swivel, surprisingly. Leg can go this far up, this far back. Got a bend at the knee, about 90 degrees, and a tiny bit of an ankle tilt. So with this, you can get him in some decent poses, I'd say. His super mode, his ultra mode, you know, it looks great. You can definitely get him in some cool Megatron-esque poses, but like, again, best part is that, like, if you use the pose to kind of hide the wonkiness of the body, he'll look fantastic as a display piece. This guy is so cool. You guys don't understand. I really love this Super Megatron. Overall, this thing is phenomenal. I'm so happy to have it. Oh god, and I can't believe too, this is the first official Super Megatron as well. So this not only is cool to have, but it's also a historical figure in Transformers as a whole. I don't know though, they definitely could have. I'll talk about this at the end. But yeah, what an amazing Super Megatron. What a great piece of Japanese Transformers history in classic form. This guy is great. Despite the proportional and aesthetic weirdness that comes with this mold, I think this is a phenomenal toy. Really digging this. Now, another cool thing about Super Megatron is he doesn't just transform into one thing, he transforms into 2 other things. That's right, Super Megatron is a triple changer. And first, should I do his jet or his tank mode? I think I'll do tank, because when I'm with jet, at least that's the thing he came packaged with. So, let's start off with Super Megatron's tank mode. So here we have Super Megatron in his tank mode. Oh shit, it's this way. Tank mode! I'm not gonna lie, you guys, this thing looks like shit. I'm being serious, this thing looks hella goofy. Oh my goodness, this, like, you call this a tank? What the hell is this? There's like, I don't know, there's like a little bit of coolness to it, but then when you look at it long and hard enough, you're just like, this actually doesn't look that great, to be honest. First of all, it's clearly Megatron in a funny pose. Second of all, you got treads, but they're not working, so this is just plastic scraping on my desk. Oh no. And like there's nothing about this that looks cool or like a tank. Like, especially when you compare it with the artwork for the Super Megatron tank mode, they missed the mark big time. This is just not it. I mean, as far as tank functionality, the turret can move up. The connection point is on a hinge, so you can move it up, thank goodness. You can swivel it, it can rotate 360 degrees. I think how the cannon looks pretty cool, and the wing fins, like on the back of the tank, that's a neat touch. But again, overall, this thing is stupid. Let's be real. Name one cool thing about this tank. Leave it in the comments, please. More engagement means more likes and viewers and subscribers, maybe. I want subscribers. Please watch my videos. Fucking hate how every time I make a 1 minute short, it gets 1 million views, and the blood, sweat, and tears I pour into my reviews that take me weeks to produce only get 1 view. That's not very fair. Please watch my other stuff, please. I guess this segment is short because I feel like I talked about everything that I wanted to say about this tank mode. It sucks. Tank mode poo-poo. What about his other mode? His jet mode? Let's find out. Alrighty, so here's the jet mode, and I'll admit it does look a lot cooler than the tank mode. Still, there is a bit of something in it that does look off, not gonna lie. First of all, here's the side profile of it. I don't know, it doesn't look, it's hard to pinpoint what it is, but it doesn't look, you know, that cool. I mean, of course, the nose cone, the nose cone being the cannon itself, that is awesome. But I don't know, the wingspan just isn't that impressive, I guess. Again, it's still Megatron doing a funny pose. And again, it just doesn't look like the source material too much. Or you know what, maybe it kind of does look a bit like the source material, but the source material looked a bit more sleek and a bit more badass. This, yeah, just still has a bit of goofiness to it that doesn't make it look as cool as the original thing. I'd say it's the better vehicle mode out of the two, but it still doesn't mean it's the best thing in the world. It's just, it's a funny jet. It's not that big either. The body is a lot bigger than the wingspan, and the wings are small too, so it does, I think that's another thing that makes it look off too. The shoulder panels being a missile rack for the jet is cool. So this jet does look dangerous, but it doesn't look that cool. I think that's all I have to say about this jet mode, and all I have to say about Super Megatron. So overall thoughts, this figure is cool and a one of a kind. Again, this is the first Super Megatron, the first official Super Megatron out there. So this is a piece of Transformers toy history that I really enjoy. That being said though, as cool as it is, the fact that they base it off of a really dumb toy is holding it back. The robot mode is cool, but the parts that are still Galvatron does hold him back, and they totally missed the marks on the vehicle modes. Ultra Megatron is a nice touch, and the fact that everything is built in him is amazing. And just the fact that this is a thing, you know, this is cool. So that being said, this is a great figure, and I do recommend it, but it's also not for sale anymore, and the last time I checked the price, this thing is $200. Do not buy this thing for $200. Again, this is a cool toy, but I don't think this is the definitive Super Megatron. Hopefully with the Legacy line, and especially with HasLab Victory Saber igniting interest in Japanese Transformers characters, hopefully within the Legacy line, maybe they'll tackle Super Megatron. That way they'll be able to make him the definitive version of Super Megatron with a cool robot mode, a cool ultra mode, and great vehicle modes. Even though the robot mode's off, it looks cool, but the two vehicle modes, they completely missed the mark. So I definitely think that Super Megatron deserves a new chance in the spotlight with Transformers Legacy. So hopefully, hashtag, please. Anyways, that's it with Super Megatron, and now to put him into storage, and that is the end of my video. So thank you all so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, turn on that notification bell to be notified of my new stuff. My next new thing that I am planning, hopefully it won't take forever, but I do kind of want to do some new stuff with it, is MPG Shulky. I want to talk about this guy, so please watch that video when that comes out. So subscribe when it comes out too. That's it, folks. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, tell your friends about the channel, leave all your thoughts and comments in the comment section. And again, stay tuned for more by subscribing to the channel. Thanks very much, folks. Stay frosty, roll out, and I'll see you all next time. Kimi moトランスフォーマー。